Good morning, Core 1 and Core 3. Here is a new day. Today is the 24th, 2018, and the microphone is nearly in my mouth. Let me just move this a little bit. I hope you can still hear me. Okay, so today we are going to do area again, but the area of complex figures. Okay, so before we can do that, you and I have to decide what the word complex means. Complex to me means difficult. This was really complex question that they asked us, complex. But in this lesson today, complex means if you have a figure that is made up of more than one type of shape. So it's more than one type of shape. Okay, and the best way to teach this to you is to give you an example. So my example is going to look like this. Okay, you can do this with your free hand. I'm going to try and do this with a ruler. I'm going to start with a square. Okay, I'm going to start with a square. And I'm going to draw a semicircle at the top. And all the sides of the square is even. And maybe the bottom side is 4 centimeters. And here, adjacent to the square is a triangle at a 90-degree angle at the top, and it is 5. Now let's make that 5 centimeters. Okay, off to the side. Alright, now the question is going to be, what area does this shape take up? What is the area of all of this? Then you have to say to yourself, okay, so what shapes do we have here? We have a square, and the formula for finding the area of a square is length times width. But since the length and the width is the same thing, it's going to be length times length. So there's my formula for a square. It's going to be a circle, because this is half a circle, so I go, a whole circle would be pi r squared, and then what I'm going to do with a whole circle is I'm going to chop it in half to get half a circle. So this is a whole circle divided by 2 will give me my half a circle. And then I've got a triangle, and my triangle's formula is base times height divided by 2. So we've got a square, we've got a circle, we've got a triangle. Okay, now we just have to work it out. Alright, so let's quickly work out the square. I'm going to work it out right here in the middle of this thing. No, let me not do that because it's untidy. I'm running out of space, so I'm going to work really small. You watch what I'm doing, okay? So my square would be length times length, which is 4 times, I don't know what the other side is. Let me see. If this is 4, then what will the length be? Oh, also 4, because the sides are all the same. So it's 4 times 4, and my answer is 16 square centimeters. My circle would be pi r squared divided by 2. I'm going to need a calculator for that. Taylor, can you please bring me a calculator, honey? It's pi, which is 3.14. Now I have a problem because I don't have the radius. Look, up there. That's not a radius. I mean, that's a diameter, but I don't know what the radius is. Okay, the whole thing is that if this is 4, then this diameter is also 4. But I'm not looking for the whole diameter. I'm just looking for the radius, half of it. And what's half of 4? It's 2. So it's pi times 2 times another 2. Then I'm going to take all of this and divide it by 2. So let me take my handy turn it on, clear my screen. 3.14 times 2 times 2 divided by 2 equals 6 equals 6.28 square 6.28 square centimeters, and that goes for my circle. My last one will be my triangle. I'm going to do it over here, which is base times height divided by 2 for my area. The base and the height will touch at the 90-degree angle, so my base and height is this side and this side. Now what is this side? It has to be 4 because it's part of the square. So it's 4 times the height is 5 divided by 2. And what's 20 divided by 2? 20 divided by 2 is 10 square centimeters. Now once you've got all the areas, you take the area of the square, the area of the circle, the area of the triangle, and you add them up. So it's 16 plus 10 plus 6.28, and I add it up. 8, 2, 6 and 6 is 12, 2 and 1 is 3. Your final answer is 32.28 square centimeters for this whole area of this funny looking shape. Looks a little bit like a what do you call it, a watering can that you water plants with, right? So what did we do? We found the area of a square, area of a triangle, area of half a circle. We put it together and we find an area for the complex figure that you see over here. And that's all there is to today's work. The most important thing that I want to tell you is this. On the EOGs, they are not going to give you formulas. So you got to know length times length, pi r squared divided by 2, base times height divided by 2. You need to know that, okay? That's why we're practicing this over and over again. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.